Hey Game of Thrones fans, Nick Kyle here today, and I'm going to be talking about the first episode of Season 8. And perhaps the most wondered about question from this episode is what exactly is the weapon that Arya is asking Gendry to create for her. I'm going to delve right into my personal theory as to what I believe this weapon is. I haven't heard any other YouTubers hit on exactly what I believe it to be, but already a lot of people are theorizing. It's a pretty quick blink and you'll miss it moment that shows the plans. Arya has apparently drawn up for Gendry to create a dragonglass weapon of some kind. And at first glance it looks a little funky as far as weapons go. But I think there's a few details here that should give us a better clue as to what we are looking at here. You can clearly see the tip of the object labeled dragonglass, so we know that this is a weapon she wants to make to fight the White Walkers. And we can see that this tip is meant to be detachable, which tells me that this is a weapon that is meant to be shot in a way similar to maybe a bow and arrow. Gendry himself points out in this scene that Arya already has a sword, specifically her Valyrian steel dagger as well as needle. So Arya isn't short on melee weapons, and she doesn't have any ranged weapons as of yet, which I think is a big clue telling us that this weapon she wants is most certainly a ranged weapon that is meant to be shot, rather than some hacking or stabbing weapon. Additionally, when looking at the drawing of Arya's weapon, my eye was drawn to the back handle of the weapon. We can see what looks to be a loop that's maybe hooked onto the back handle. Immediately, this reminded me of a kind of spear that is used in underwater fishing, often called a Hawaiian sling, where you have a spear with a flexible loop hooked on the back end. The loop is used around the forearm in order to launch the spear forward and hopefully spear a fish. Here's a brief video of the concept in action. Now obviously Arya's weapon would likely be a good deal smaller, but the same principle would be involved. This is the idea that seems to be at work here, with the big exception of the detachable tip. So it seems like Arya is maybe planning to launch dragonglass spear tips using this arm sling method. Or maybe Arya could even be planning to use this as a secretive type weapon that she keeps up her sleeve and intends to draw in a White Walker or maybe even the Night King. We've heard her say in early trailers for Season 8 that she's seen many faces of death and looks forward to seeing this one, referring to the White Walkers. So maybe she is in fact planning on getting up close with the Night King, and what better way to do that than to surprise the Night King with a dragonglass spearhead shooting out from your sleeve that your enemy does not see coming. Regardless, we will see how well this theory ages in the coming days, as we are now in the midst of the final season, and will without a doubt get to see this new weapon in action. That's all I have for this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, because more is on the way.